Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack44227 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess it seems like it has been quite a few weeks since after I previously posted my last thoughts video for sure, because hey, I definitely need a break for once since after what I've actually been through, pretty much seeing a new movie every single week throughout the course of the past few months for sure. But hey, I guess if anything, I think it's about time that we get ourselves in with, of course, this one that, boy, I guess surprisingly enough, it may seem like a regular old thoughts video as normal, but there's actually more to it than that, given to, by the time I'm actually recording this for sure, so yeah. And boy, I guess pretty much of anything, much like on how I've been anticipating to actually see this movie, I've also been anticipating to post this review on this movie for sure. So yes, pretty much by the way, we're here not just for an ordinary review, but pretty much a most anticipated review on my part. So yeah. I guess, surprisingly enough, this has been one that I've been anticipating to make for years now for sure, and this is something I've been waiting to do for a long time now for sure, and well, I did kind of hype it up for many years, pretty much for like the past 5-6 years, pretty much give or take from what I've actually seen. But I think it's about time that we finally get ourselves in with, of course, this one for sure. And surprisingly enough, we're actually going to be doing something a little different with these thoughts videos for sure. Now, normally, I think whenever I see a movie on the big screen, I would pretty much go over it like any other movie for sure, or just pretty much just a regular old movie as normal for sure. You name it. Those range from, of course, many different aspects for a movie, those being story, characters, actors, writing. That's just to name me a few for sure. But for this thoughts video for sure, I don't think I've actually done one of these in these thoughts videos for sure. So rather, instead of talking about a regular old movie, I'm going to be talking about a documentary. Yeah, you heard right there, folks. Looks like we're gonna be talking about a documentary, of course, these thoughts videos for sure, and pretty much our first go at, of course, talking about one of these for sure. So yeah, and surprisingly enough, yeah, I've been anticipating to talk about this documentary for sure ever since earlier this decade. So I think now's a good time for me to finally give it the review that it's been waiting for a long time now for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything for the documentary, pretty much that we're gonna be talking about here today. If I can pull one of these out to give a good example, yeah, pretty much for the documentary we're gonna be talking about here today. Are you guys familiar with one centered around a certain fandom based around this little blue tank engine? You don't know? Come on, I think it's pretty obvious. Give up? Yeah, I'll go ahead and spill the beans right now for sure. So yeah, given for the fact that I have one of my Bachman Thomas models out and about for sure. Yes, by the way, we are going to be talking about a documentary centered around Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. But not just any pretty much Thomas the Tank Engine documentary for sure. How about one that's centered around the fans out there for sure, pretty much who absolutely love this little blue tank engine. Yeah, I think it will get you the idea on what we're talking about here today. So yeah, in case you're actually quite curious on what exactly I'm talking about, yes, folks, I've been anticipating to talk about this movie for some time, and here I am giving it the proper review it deserves for sure. So I give you the documentary that we're going to be talking about here today that goes by the name of An Unlikely Fandom. So yeah, that's of course what we're talking about here today, and boy, I have been waiting a long time to finally talk about this one for sure, and well, now that I finally got the chance to actually view it for myself, here I am giving it the review that it deserves, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, before I go ahead and talk about this one for sure, I guess pretty much of anything, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that if you have known me from, like, say, my early years on YouTube for sure, or even my attempts on getting started, of course, pretty much making my online career what it is for sure, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that even before I've delved into plenty of stuff that I've done on my channel, like, of course, reviews, sketches, my cosplays, going out to conventions and posting vlogs and stuff. Yeah, you would definitely know that I actually, I, alongside many people, would actually be big fans of course, Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. And there is actually, for good reason for sure. Literally, I think pretty much when the whole franchise first started out, both from the Railway series books by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry to even the TV show created by Britt Allcroft since 1984, just to name a few, hands down. I guess pretty much of anything, I, alongside plenty of people, have actually grown a strong love for Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. So yeah, and that's amongst plenty of others that I've actually grew up with as a kid. You name it, ranging from, of course, the stuff from Disney to some of the early days of Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon for sure. To even the days of PBS Kids, hands down, just to name me a few, and oh yeah, even I think maybe a few aspects, a few small aspects of other stuff that I grew up with, pretty much with Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, Sony, 20th Century Fox. That's just to name me a few for sure, but I guess over time, as I got older, there are some that I've actually grown out of over the years, and some that I actually stuck with, hands down. And surprisingly enough, Thomas the Tank Engine is definitely one thing I've stuck around with ever since I was a kid for sure. And I'm even quite amazed that I'm not the only one, of course, pretty much having a strong love for the little blue tank engine for sure. And well, if you actually have seen plenty of my videos from past to present, yeah, I actually did make several videos revolving around Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. I dare even say that pretty much of anything, that was pretty much what I first started with when I gave a full-on start to my YouTube career right towards where I am right now for sure. So yeah. And of course, there are plenty of Thomas pretty much Thomas fans out there, both as content creators and regular fans and stuff that have come and gone over the years for sure. But I definitely know that I'm glad to see that I've actually stuck around with of course, this little blue tankage ever since then, from what I can gather, and I still stand by it all the way for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess if anything, when I heard the news that one well-known Thomas fan that I pretty much admire over the years, that being Brandon Carty, aka Unknown Thomas Fan 1, was actually working on a documentary centered around the Thomas the Tank Engine fandom. I actually got myself really intrigued by it for sure, and much like everyone else, I've actually been one of many people who have actually helped back this pretty much documentary on Kickstarter for sure, all the way back in early 2020 from what I can gather, and yeah, and I think for years now, I have been anticipating to finally view this documentary for myself to see if the wait will actually be well worth it for sure. I even did hint that, of course, a few videos that I posted pretty much mentioning the documentary and Carty in a nutshell for sure. So yeah. And I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, if I'm talking about this movie now, how did you manage to access the documentary for sure? Well, surprisingly enough, pretty much, since I am one of many people who have helped back this pretty much documentary on Kickstarter for sure, I was giving access for me who did help back this movie for sure, and of course seeing the movie for myself through pretty much through a little pretty much, I think it was probably, I think through like Google Drive that had, that again, me and only the supporters of this documentary on Kickstarter can only access to for sure. And for those who don't, then, well, don't worry, I'm sure that will come into play later on for sure, but I'm getting way too ahead of myself, so yeah. I did manage to finally take the time to finally view the documentary for myself through there, hands down, because, yeah, I've been anticipating to see this one for some time, and, well, I think, I guess I might as well pretty much get it over with for sure, and, well, now that I finally got the chance to finally view the documentary, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this one now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I will have to admit right now, I am glad the wait was well worth it for, of course, this one, because, yeah, pretty much, from what I've actually seen, I guess it's pretty obvious. I know I've been anticipating this for some time, so I don't want to say anything that would be rather douchey for me to say, so yeah, but needless to say, I really enjoyed an Unlikely Fandom for sure, so yeah, literally from what I've actually seen by far, I really do think it actually serves as a really great documentary that really does help not just celebrate Thomas the Tank Engine in a nutshell, but celebrates the fandom who have shown a lot of love and support to it, hands down. And I think there's more to it from my aspect in a nutshell. It's not just that, but the best way I can describe it is pretty much is that it's the perfect love letter to any Thomas the Tank Engine fan, both young and old. So yeah, that's pretty much the best way I can describe this one for sure. I really enjoyed it all the way, and yeah, it was certainly well worth it on my part. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty. Alrighty then, well, now that I finally got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. And seeing of how this is a documentary, I'm gonna switch things around from what I've actually seen, or to accommodate towards pretty much the movie itself, hands down, because, hey, I gotta do something different since I'm talking about a documentary for sure, so yeah. pretty much of anything, for starters, for this documentary, pretty much, I think I should talk about the first aspect, that being the subject matter, for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything, I do know, when it comes to documentaries, they do having a really good, subject matter to, focus on, from, what I've actually, seen, to really, pretty much, get yourself, in, of course, what you're actually in for, which will not only inform you, but actually, really, intrigue you in, such a way, and given to, what I've actually, seen, I think an Unlikely Fandom has a really intriguing subject matter that he actually chooses to focus on for sure. So yeah, the way he actually goes all out, of course, showcasing, of course, pretty much in many different aspects for Thomas the Tank Engine for sure, mainly through the fandom from what I've actually seen. I really do think they really have something going for with it, hands down, and I really do admire, of course, what's actually presenting for sure. So yeah, and I think with each individual that we meet throughout the course of pretty much the movie's runtime for sure, we actually do get to pretty much hear on what they have to say regarding Thomas the Tank Engine, and actually tell their own story in such a way for sure, to which I really do think they really have something going for hands down, and I'll admit, I think they really did an incredible job putting that as the focus for sure, and yeah, literally from what I've actually seen by far, I really do think they really actually kept it nice and focused, given to that aspect in a nutshell for sure, because yeah, given to, of course, pretty much for the fandom itself, that's something they really did an incredible job putting the focus on for sure, to really make it all the more intriguing all the way, and I'll admit, I think for some of the parts where they actually interview the crew of course, who actually worked on the show for sure, I'll admit, I think it almost, yeah, I will admit, I almost kind of thought it is, of course, a little bit too out of place, and could have been something as, like, its own movie that would have been saved for another time. But I really do like the way they actually blend in together with, of course, everything from the fandom has actually gone for all the way, and yeah. Yeah, literally, I almost thought that was almost kind of a distraction for sure, but they really did find a way to blend it all in from what I've actually seen, and yeah, still actually keep the subject matter focus all the way for sure, and that's something I really do love and admire in this movie. Yeah. Normally, I think pretty much some other aspects within the subject matter could sometimes be distracting in other documentaries, but this movie found a way to really pretty much blend those two all together and still keeping all the more focused for sure, and that's something I really do think this one accomplished quite well, so yeah, and even I guess, pretty much from what I've actually seen, I think I know, pretty much from what I can gather, I think I know, I think writing-wise, from what I've actually seen, I really do think they really actually crafted something really quite clever for, of course, this documentary to really make it all the more intriguing for sure, and I don't just mean from, of course, the interviews and stuff. I mean the way it's actually organized to really make the interviews possible in this documentary really actually makes it actually all the more intriguing for sure, and yeah, I think I guess, if anything, pretty much the people who actually made this movie really did their homework, and of course, actually going for something really quite clever all the way, and I really do admire on what they've actually done to really make this stand out quite well for sure, so yeah. That's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front. So yeah, literally from the subject matter to, of course, pretty much the way the movie is written out and stuff to tie into the subject matter for sure. I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down to really get their message across on what this movie is actually presenting for sure. And I really do think they really did an impressive job, of course, on that front. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to talk about. So yeah, next up is, of course, obviously enough, the interviews that they've actually organized for sure, and yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, again, seeing how it is a documentary, of course we're gonna see interviews and stuff, pretty much from everyone involved for sure, and I think with what they've actually pretty much what they've actually done, I really do think the interviews are actually very impressive for sure. You can tell they really got the right people to actually bring in for, of course, this one for sure, and I will have to say they really did an impressive job working out, of course, those interviews to really help tying everything that goes on throughout the course of the documentary for sure. And even some of the other people who did work on the show who has long since passed away for sure, they did find a way to actually pretty much still tying everything with what they're talking about with old archival interviews that they can actually dig up for sure. And yeah, that alone is, of course, what makes it all the more impressive for sure. And yeah, the way they actually dig it is actually very incredible for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they actually did. Again, even pretty much, even the interviewees actually have a lot going for hands down. Pretty much answering a good number of questions for sure that will help tie into their story that really blends in with everything that goes on for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the interviews, hands down for sure. And I really do admire on what they actually did. Now, as for the people they got on board to, of course, pretty much interview for this documentary, yeah, I will have to say they really got a great number of people on board for, of course, pretty much for this documentary for sure. And you name it, hands down, I think literally from, of course, pretty much for the people who actually did work on the show for sure, like, of course, Rick Sicklecow and Michael Donnell. Yeah, I will have to say, seeing them in this documentary for sure is actually very impressive all the way, and part of me did kind of wish I would have actually met them in person, hands down, because of how much they really worked hard to really make the Thomas TV show a reality for sure, both in the UK and when it's brought over to the US through Shining Time Station. So yeah, that's pretty much one aspect for, of course, pretty much for the people who worked on the show that they actually got. And I guess for the good number of people in the fandom for sure. Yeah, I will have to say, I really do think they really got a great number of people hands down. Like, probably one of my favorites hands down was that they were kind enough to actually get one well-known Thomas content creator, Enterprising Engines 93, to be on board with it hands down. And yeah, mad respects for Enterprising Engines 93. I really do think he really has a whole lot going for to really tell his story for sure, and for the fact that he is actually one of the well-known people in the Thomas fandom on YouTube. That's saying a whole lot, hands down. So yeah. I guess pretty much of anything, that is pretty much just to name me a few from what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I really do admire the people they brought on board to interview for this documentary for sure, and I really do love their commitment, hands down, to really tell their story on what it's like to be part of the Thomas fandom for sure. So yeah, And again, part of me did kind of wish I would have actually met those people in person, hands down, because I've really grown to love and admire them all the way for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for those two aspects in a nutshell. I really do think they really did an impressive job in getting the people to be interviewed, hands down, and the interviews themselves really really had a lot going for hands down, and I really do love and admire on what they actually did. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, well, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot from what I've actually seen for sure, so yeah, and I guess next up, I should definitely talk about the production design for, of course, this documentary, and yeah, I really do think they really did an impressive job in having the production of course, this one really stand out for sure, and I really do mean that in the best possible way, not just through the, pretty much the interviews that they've actually organized for sure, but also the way they pretty much did a lot of location scouting for, of course, a good number of areas where plenty of Thomas fans would actually be at for sure. You name it, from, of course, pretty much some exhibitions and trade shows that they would actually go to even some pretty much some really great railways they've actually gone to for sure. Like, of course, the pretty much the Tallahassee Railway. I do indeed apologize if I mispronounce pretty much the name of that railway up in Wales, but I do hear great things about it, and I think it is great to see that it does serve as one of the main inspirations for the Scarlet Railway in the franchise. To even the Strasbourg Railroad, to which I have been to over a decade ago, and yeah, it was actually a really great fun for sure, and I would love to come back there anytime soon for sure. So yeah, the way they actually did all that as part of the production design for, of course, this one, I really do think they really did an impressive job, of course, on that front, and even the lighting they actually did for, of course, the interviews, yeah, pretty much, if anything, yeah, pretty much the lighting they did for, of course, the interviews, and plenty of others that they actually did throw, I guess, through some B-roll footage. It's just mainly light from the sun for sure, but I digress. So yeah, I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down for sure, and I really do love and admire on what they actually did. So yeah, and of course, pretty much. Yeah, I guess pretty much of anything for the direction in this film from, of course, Carty himself. Yeah, I will have to say he really put in a lot of hard work and determination to really make the direction in this movie work quite well, and I see he accomplished that marvelously for sure. I really do think he has a lot going for hands down, and yeah, I think he really did an impressive job giving the film the proper direction that it deserves for sure. So yeah, and of course the cinematography, I have to say, yeah, that part alone, yeah, that I will have to say is another thing I really do love and admire for sure. I really do think the cinematography in this movie is just absolutely outstanding for sure. I think with, of course, each camera shot they actually did for sure, ranging from, of course, the interviews to even some of the B-roll footage that they actually filmed alongside for sure. Yeah, pretty much of anything, it is really spot on for sure, and I really do think they really did an impressive job with the cinematography for sure. You name it, I think from, of course, the way the interviews are actually set up and stuff, to the way they actually shot the B-roll footage and stuff, and of course, pretty much when going over the models or even the merchandise of course, these Thomas yeah, anything Thomas the Tank Engine related, whether it be models and merchandise and stuff on this little blue tank engine, yeah, they really did an impressive job, and of course, pretty much giving them such a really good close-up for the camera for sure, and thankfully not too close from what I've actually seen. They really kept a really nice balance to really make it stand out for sure. Like, pretty much at the palm of my hand, pretty much this Bachmann Thomas that I currently have in my hands, to which mainly the one with speed activating sound that I still really love and admire. Yeah, it still looks like a regular old model from the palm of my hand, but I guess viewing it up close towards the camera, yeah, it actually really does present itself pretty much a whole lot bigger for sure. That actually fits around the camera space for sure, and that's something I really do think they really did an impressive job with the cinematography for sure. That alone is also yeah, is also done very well for sure, and I really do admire on what they actually did. So yeah, and of course the aiming, I have to say, yeah, that alone is also done marvelously for sure. The way it's actually cut up and stuff is actually very nicely done, and it really does keep, of course, what it's actually going for, hands down. And yeah, pretty much, if anything, I really do admire on what they actually did with the film's aiming for sure to really make it stand out quite well. And not only that, but it also does match very well with the film's pacing, I have to say. Yeah, pretty much they didn't go all out with, of course, what it has to do and have it be jumbled all over the place. No, they actually kept the pacing of course, pretty much of this movie very calm and simple for sure. Sort of like what they actually did in the TV show for sure. And that's something I really do love and admire for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I think with all those aspects in a nutshell for sure, yeah, I think it will get you the idea, of course, on how much I really love this movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie for sure. So yeah, I can't believe I have to say this, but they did it! This movie finally got pretty much finally got released to the public as of now through like its premieres and stuff, and well, I finally gave it the review that it deserves, hands down. I know it's been a long time coming, but yeah, I think it's about time that I finally give it the proper review that it deserves, and I'm glad to see, yeah, I'm glad to say that it's actually well worth it. So yeah, overall, an unlikely fandom. I do find it to be such a brilliant and yet very marvelous documentary that they did that not only pretty much celebrates the fandom of Thomas the Tank Engine, but shows us why we love the little blue tank engine himself for sure. So yeah, literally from what I've actually seen by far, I really do think they really did an incredible job, and of course, pretty much putting this one together for sure, and I really do think they really accomplished something very well for sure, right? Pretty much in not only making a very solid documentary for sure, but also results in, well, pretty much to quote Ghostbusters, something good, something decent, something pure. So yeah, pretty much with what I've actually seen by far, I think this movie really did justice to the fandom for sure, and actually shows us why pretty much many of us do love Thomas the Tank Engine as shown here, and why we still love him nowadays for sure, even in some aspects where of course we absolutely didn't like Thomas for sure, we would still find a way to actually love and admire Thomas for sure, even when it actually hits its downtimes for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, either way, I'm glad to say that I finally got to view it after so long for sure, and well, I guess pretty much of anything, given to what I've actually said, yes, folks, I do highly recommend this documentary for sure. I think this is one that really is well worth the watch for sure. Even if you're unfamiliar with Thomas the Tank Engine, you can still actually view it and actually show to love and appreciate the fandom that he actually wants to support, hands down. So yeah. And yeah, I think, I guess it's probably the best way I can actually describe this movie for sure. So yeah, in the end, pretty much at the end of the day, I do highly recommend it for sure. Like I said earlier, it is the perfect love letter to any Thomas the Tank Engine fan, both young and old, and I think you're going to be in for something not only really great, but also something that's very, very heartwarming, hands down, for sure. So yeah. This documentary has been pretty much been wanting to come out for some time now, and well, much like Thomas himself, it actually results in something that is indeed, without a doubt, really useful. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yes, I think this is very well deserving of it. So yeah, I'm going to give an Unlikely Fandom an outstanding 9 out of 10 as my final score. Yeah, I really enjoyed what they actually did with, of course, this one. And this has been a long time coming, and I'm glad to see that we finally got to view it for what it is. So yeah. As of now, I only, I alongside plenty of people who have helped back this documentary on Kickstarter, has actually got the chance to view it as of now. So in case you missed out or never got the chance to back this on Kickstarter for sure, then don't worry about a thing. Somewhere around this upcoming fall for sure, it is going to be released on Amazon Prime for sure. So yeah. So yeah, even if you never got to view the documentary for yourself, it will be released on Amazon Prime for sure. So yeah, if you actually got a Prime video subscription and want a little something to watch via streaming, I say definitely check this documentary out for sure. So yeah, I think you're going to be in for something really great for sure, and well, I guess pretty much of anything, it does show on why we do love Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie for sure. So, and I guess on that thought alone, I think that'll do it for this video for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of an Unlikely Fandom if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it and think it's a really well done documentary that really does celebrate Thomas the Tank Engine for sure, or do you absolutely hate it and think it's an absolute waste of time? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just okay for what it is? So yeah, let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and whew, well, this has been many years in the making, and I'm finally glad that I finally gave it the review that it deserves for sure. So yeah. And yeah, I'm glad I finally got that off my chest for sure. And yeah, to Carty, I will have to say, to you and everyone else who made this documentary possible, thank you so much. You not only gave us a really great movie for all of us, hands down, but I definitely pretty much return the favor by giving you and the others the review that I've been anticipating to make. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching, and, well, I guess seeing how August is wrapping up by the time this video goes live, I'll definitely definitely see you guys in September to see on what I might whip up next. What, you may ask? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to see for yourself, but until then, I'm gonna pretty much hang on back to my Bachman-Thomas layout and, well, pretty much run this Bachman-Thomas with speed-activated sound, as you can see here on my layout a few times, because, hey, I guess it's in desperate need of that. So yeah, I guess right up until my next thoughts video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you, well, me and Thomas, but I can't fully guarantee it, but definitely in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TheThomasFan1 to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.